Hello and good afternoon, everyone on that side. My name is Susanne Rodrigues. I'm the coordinator of this project that is part of this session that you are taking part of. The project called CareGiver aims to focus on informal carers on a wide range of issues from their own physical health, as in the sessions that will be held today and over the next few days as well. And for example, as well in terms of nutrition, sleep habits. The project is all about care, looking after the carer, and that's what we're focusing on today. In order for us to also understand who are the participants on that side, we need for you to fill the questionnaire that you'll see in the box below. For us to collect as well a little bit of information from your side, how old you are, how long you have been in informal care, either if you are interested on taking part of our national network of informal caregivers, and if so, we'd be happy to organize it and present that information, material, and documentation to all of these informal carers. As far as I can tell, you already can see the questionnaire in the box below. So for us to start this session. The aim of the session is to promote your health and well being, your physical health, and it has been organized and created with our own physical team, physical therapy team, which has a very simple and practical exercise that you can do in your day to day life and also to promote your physical well being. So, I'm going to give you a few minutes to briefly fill in the questionnaire and we will get some answers just as briefly. And it also this questionnaire will be available throughout the session, and you can always answer the questionnaire. And it's important that we retain the information for the purpose of the project. So, without further ado, I know that you have come precisely to see the selection of the exercise that you can practice at your homes in your own family environment. And so, without further ado, let's start and thank you so much for your attention and have a good day and a good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Let's start our session on promoting physical activity. This session is divided in three parts. We are going to start with cardiovascular mobility exercises, which will then answer our first part of the physical activity section. We'll then move to our strength exercises and finish with relaxation, conscious movement, and breathing exercises. The physiotherapist Mariana Neves will be doing these exercises now. I'm physiotherapist Lara Costa Silva. I'll be narrating with the voiceover for this session. So, without further ado, let's start with the first exercise. The first exercise will be done the sequence of exercises, mainly standing up, but you can always adapt it to done sitting down, and you're going to start in a very simple way by moving our neck. So in this case, we are going to start looking at the floor and at the ceiling by doing 3 repetitions. Looking at the floor, at the ceiling, and doing so with 3 repetitions. Having finished this exercise, we are now going to move your ear towards your shoulder to one side and the other. Also, as well, 3 times. Once, twice, and 3 times. When we finish this exercise, let's add the third one, where you look to one side and the other, trying to look over the shoulder as far back as possible and explore the joint range available in your cervical spine. Once you have completed as well the 3 repetitions, we move on to the shoulder rotation exercise. First, with the elbows bent, so the hands are resting on the shoulders, and we then rotate the shoulders forward, with this as well being 3 times. And then as well, of course, backwards. We first do the exercise with the elbows in flexation, and then we move on to the elbows in extension. And once again, we rotate backwards and then forward 3 times. Now to move more on the hips and with your feet hip wide apart, rotate your hips clockwise first, 3 repetitions. Explore as well the amplitude as maximum as possible. Try to go as far as possible. First in the direction and then the reverse direction anti-clockwise. 3 times as well. We'll maintain this position. We'll just widen the base of support a little bit more of our feet. Lower your arms sideways to shoulder high. And we'll put one hand on one waist and the other arm will try to reach out as far as possible, tilting our torso. Reach out as far as possible. Feel that stretch. We'll do it 3 times to one side, always trying to get deeper and deeper and deeper, and then switch and repeat to the other. Stretching, trying to get as far as possible. We now move on to the trunk rotation and flexion. Keep your feet apart and flex your torso forwards, bringing your hands towards the opposite foot. Once again, we'll try to stretch as much as possible, and we'll explore as well the amplitudes, reaching out as much as possible each time. And use this moment to work as well on our mobility. 3 repetitions to one side, 3 repetitions to the other. And we're going to move on the circling stereocyticus. We're going to draw a circle with your hip, tip of our foot. Once again, starting clockwise and then anti-clockwise. You can use and lean on a chair or a table if you need support with your balance. Then do it with one limb. And as soon as this is finished as well, do it with the other. Once again, if you have difficulty with your balance, you can support yourself on a chair or on a table. Once we finish this exercise, we'll keep our feet slightly apart and raise our heels alternately. We can position ourselves facing forwards, or if you need help, you can also position yourself parallel to the chair, use it as a support, and make alternating dorsal and plantar flexation movements on the TB tarsus. At the end of this exercise, we are going to make it a little bit more difficult. And you're going to do it simultaneously. Both legs are going to dorsal flexion, tiptoeing, and returning to the ground while maintaining balance. So once again, if you need support of the chair, you can do it. Who says a chair, says a table, something that can provide support for this exercise, of course. So let's repeat it 3 times, 10 times, trying to go as high as possible. And at the end of this exercise, stand parallel to the chair or some other support if necessary. And we are going to simulate with a limp. You can start with whichever one you like. So you're going to step forward, step to the side, and then step backwards. Step forward, step back, step back. Step forward, step aside, step backwards. So touch the front, touch the side, and touch the back. Front, side, back. And you can repeat it 5 times for each leg. When they reach the end, and then switch sides and do the same with the other leg. Front, side and back, front, side and back. Count 5 times. If you want to make it a little bit more complicated, you can do this exercise without touching the floor with your foot. So you do exactly the same movement, describing front, side and back without touching the floor with your foot. This exercise will naturally challenge your balance, this and more, and you can therefore be very interested to explore once again, feeling comfortable in simulating the movement of sitting down and standing up. And now we are going to do it. We're going to simulate the sitting down and standing up. So you're going to position yourself in the chair. You're going to simulate sitting down, but you're not going to rest your palm on the chair. So bend, 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 almost touching the chair, and then standing up. Be careful not to let your knee go beyond the line of your feet, okay? It's very important. Your bum go backwards as you were going to sit on the chair and repeat this exercise as many times as you can, but you will go up to a maximum of 10 repetitions, okay? Be very aware of your knees. So now let's take a break from the lower limbs on the legs exercises and move to our upper body. We are going to place our arms in front of our chest with our elbows extended, and we are going to bring our arms together and spread them apart horizontally. So we are going to open them all the way back, feel our chest stretch and close them. Open, close, open, close. And we repeat this exercise 10 times. Open, pull apart, open and put together. An exercise that feels great at the end of the day. After 10 repetitions, like do a similar exercise, but with a little bit more of a complex. So we'll start from the same position, but now we'll move our hands in the opposite directions, making a diagonal, right? So up and out, one hand goes up and out, and the other goes down and out. Meet in the middle again, and we'll do this diagonally, doing it alternatively with one arm and the other, then repetitions as well. When we have finished, we are going to continue on the upper body, and we are going to bring our hands towards the ceiling. In that position, we are going to bring our hands to the back of our head, and we are going to return to the same position. Let's go back. Hands behind your back, neck, and stretch towards the ceiling, towards the ceiling. 10 times at your own pace, working the entire chain of the upper body. And next, at the end of this exercise, we'll change ourselves a little, and we are going to start introducing exercises that work the upper body and the lower body at the same time. So with the upper body, we are going to direct the hands towards the shoulders, while at the same time we are going to bend the knees towards our palm. So it requires a little bit of more coordination here. It's more dynamic, but we work on the upper and lower bodies at the same time. 10 times, whoever fills it up, you can increase a little bit the pace as well. With more intensity, you'll feel your heart rate increase, and that's what we are aiming at for as well. Continuing this challenge, let's now put our shoulders at 90 degrees. 90 degrees, and take a step back with our knee in extension. Alternating the legs with the as well the arms, and creating a movement with some rhythm. We come up and take our back foot at the same time as our upper limbs comes up. It's normal for the heart rate to rise a little at this stage of the session because we are bringing more intensity and rhythm to the session, but we'll calmly rest in a bit. Continue with this logic. We are now going to move the upper limb sideways at the same time as we step sideways with the opposite leg. So we are going to move the upper limb away from the lower limb, creating a diagonal, and once again we are going to bring the rhythm here to increase the heart rate. Moving on to the other side and still working with diagonal, we'll then raise the upper limb upwards and outwards, as well with the elbow in extension, while flexing the hip, bringing the hand towards the knee. Then, with rhythm, we'll do a diagonal, this time with the upper limb and the lower limb. You first do 10 repetitions on one side and then repeat on the opposite side. Once again, we'll bring the hand to the knee, bringing some rhythm here, and mobilizing the whole body. Be aware of the body to be as well mobilized while you do this movement. Now we are going to vary the exercise a little bit, and we're going to put our hands on our shoulders, and we are going to bend our hips with our elbows to try and reach the opposite knee. So we are going to make it a little shorter, and we're going to bring our elbows exactly to our knees, and we're going to alternate with legs to the side and to the other, drawing to the side and to the other. If you feel more tired, you can take breaks between exercises, of course. We are doing the session here today, but naturally, when you're training at home, you can respect your body. Now we are going to do a different exercise. Once again, finishing this movement. So now we are going to do the squat. The hands touching the knee, and on the way up, we are going to open our arms and rotate our torso slightly. We have almost reached the end of the 10 repetitions, and now we are going to change the focus of the session. So we are going to move on the front mobility exercises to strength exercises, and so now we are going to change physiotherapist. So we'll introduce as well after this exercise, finishing the 10 repetitions of touching the knee and doing the squat. Changing these exercises of mobility to more strength exercises. So now we are going to change physiotherapists for the physiotherapist Torina Lungu, who is going to start the strength exercises that we are now introducing in this session. So we are going to adjust the camera slightly here. So I'm going to ask physiotherapist Torina if she can move a little bit further towards the center so that we can film the different dynamics in the best way possible, of course. But now we are going to ask you to lie down on a mattress, preferably a mat, which will be the ideal setting. If you know, you can always consider a bed if it's firmer, something you can actually lie on and you feel comfortable. Now we are going to invite you to work on your strength in a more intensive way. And you're going to start with exercise in which we are going to place our feet flat on the mat, and we are going to bend our knees alternately at 90 degrees, exchanging limbs with each other. So we are going to do it alternatively with one leg and then the other leg. paying attention to keep the tip of the foot always aligned and always looking at the ceiling, just like what physiotherapist Doreen is showing. Do 10 repetitions as well of this. Finishing this exercise, let's complicate a little bit. Now we are going to put our knees in 90 degrees on flexion with our feet pointing towards the ceiling, and we are going to perform a hip and knee extension without touching our feet to the mat. We are going to do 10 repetitions on one side, and then you are going to switch and do the other. Do 4, 5, keep counting, of course. If you do more repetition, that's fine too. You're doing to work on resistance, so exercises here, so you can do them slowly and repeatedly. When you are finished with 10 repetitions, you can change your leg and do it with the opposite leg. You're going to mobilize both legs and you're going to feel the need for your abdominals to control the movement. They must be very stable. Don't let your lumbar spine stand out on the mattress. Always keep your spine in neutral position as much as possible. Keep that strength on your lower back as well. So now let's integrate as well the movement of the arms. We'll keep the lower limbs at 90 degrees with the tips of the feet pointing towards, upwards. And now we'll mobilize the arms, which will move away and return to the starting position. So open and close, open and close. Touch the floor with your hands if possible, and then return to the midline. 10 repetitions as well. At the same time, you're keeping your lower legs in suspension, and you're also recruiting the muscles group. Try to touch the floor with your hands. We are going to keep our feet flat. Let's now put our feet flat on the floor and do the exercise called the glute bridge. We are going to keep our feet flat on the mat, our arms along our torso, and we are going to raise our hips. So you're going to raise them as much as we can, making a bridge. 10 times as well. Slowly feeling the movement up and down, detaching our entire bum from the mat, and then slowly making contact with the mat. 10 times as well. Slowly breathing without ever blocking your breath. Inhale upwards, exhale downwards, and we'll do these exercises slowly at your own pace. Next, we are going to make it a little bit more complicated. We are going to keep the gluteal bridge in this exercise, but at the same time, we are going to reflect the shoulders at 90 degrees simultaneously. So in other words, you are going to do the movement you did previously, but now we are going to add the movement of the upper body, which is going to reflect at 90 degrees at the same time as we lift the hips. So it requires a little bit of more coordination. You're going to feel once again your heart rate increase a little bit more because you're using, of course, your upper body and your lower body at the same time. And we are also going to repeat it 10 times. If you do more, if you do less, it's fine. Absolutely fine. Go at your own pace, your own ability. The important thing is to have a moment to yourselves where your work on your the exercise and movement. Alright, so now we are going to lie down, not to sleep, but going to put our hands behind our heads, and we are going to keep our elbows well apart. We are going to keep our lower legs in flexion with our feet flat on the mat, and we are going to do a slight flexion on the torso. Lift your head and shoulders on the mat. Let's do what we call the traditional abdominal crunch. Inhale, never block your breath. Inhale at the bottom, exhale as you rise and maintain a constant stable rhythm. If you feel any pain, you can stop, don't force it. The aim is for it to be pleasurable, a moment through movement. At the end of this sequence, we are going to complicate it a little bit again. Instead of going straight up, we are now going to bring the elbow towards opposite knee. So let's try to find the knee and elbow in the midline, working with a bit of a trunk rotation. So your torso moves a little bit towards the side. It's also very important to work on a complete trunk stability. Again, 10 repetitions. Do them at your own pace. Coordinate your breathing. Inhale downwards, exhale upwards, inhale through the nose, release through the mouth, and do them sequentially. When we finish the exercises, we'll lie on our stomach and change position to lying on our sides. We'll then put one leg away from the other with our dancer foot or ballerina, bringing our toes together and pulling them upwards. We are lifting the leg up and away and then return them the midline while mobilizing the foot. We turn upwards, stretch, point the tip of the foot upwards. While we turn downwards, we do it the other way around. 10 times as well with this leg. Then when we change sides, you can do it with the other leg. We lift, do a plantar reflex, lower, and do a dorsal reflex. Toe down and toe up. Toe up, toe down. Having finished this movement, we are now going to move one leg away from the other and move it forwards with as well our ballerina foot basically, and bring the leg backwards with the tip of the foot up. So let's do the hip flexion once again, mobilizing the TV torsos front and back. Slowly in a controlled manner, feeling the movement. Don't forget to never block your breath, just move smoothly with 10 repetitions. And when you finish, we are going to challenge you here to slightly more complicated exercise. So we are going to flex both hips. Let's then flex both hips, and we are going to raise both our feet, keep them together, and the exercise will be to move the leg that is on top away from the other leg and bring it back together, keeping our feet off the ground but in contact. Open and close the leg. Do a little bit such as a frog leg, if it helps. Here you are working muscle groups that are very important for walking, for the lumbar pelvic stability, And while open and close 10 times, doing this movement in a controlled manner without blocking your breath and feeling the movement. At the end of the 10 repetitions, we are going to move the leg to a hip height, flex it, and then knee and hip towards the belly. Extend the knee, hip, and bring the leg together. So let's make it a little bit more complicated. Do the same movement as before, but then release the upper leg. Extend the knee, flex, and rejoin. Feel the movement, keep your position aligned. Do it slowly. If you don't want to, you can do it, and you cannot do it all repetitions. That's fine. Just as long as you are feeling the movement. If you can, 10 repetitions. If not, that's all okay. Let's stay in the same position, but now we'll move up to the upper body exercises. You can use a bottle, you can have dumbbells if at home, that works as well. But if you don't, you can use a simple thing as a bottle, as long as it has some weight. So keeping the same position, lying on your side with your body aligned. Now move your upper limb away, your arm, grabbing the weight and taking it as far as possible. Go up and then control the descent. 10 repetitions on this side, and then take the opportunity as well to do it on the other side. Explore the movement, feel the movement. It's as well 10 repetitions. At the end of this exercise, we are going to keep our hips and knees bent as we are just now. But for now, let's just finish this exercise. We are going to touch our hands together at the front, rotating our torso in this movement. So, very calmly as well. Going to touch your hands together at the front and back, rotating our torso in this movement. So touch your hand at the front and then rotate your torso and pretend to touch the back. You can do it with weight, you can do it without weight. Very calmly, control your breath, don't block it. Feel that stretch. Once we finish on this side, you're going to lie down on the other side and repeat this sequence with the other arm. So I lie down on the other side and let's start that sequence. If you still don't remember the sequence, we are going to go through with it with you as well. So we are going to start with our lower body. We are going to start by moving one leg away from the other, and we are going to do the position that the physiotherapist therein here is doing. As well, remember, is with the ballerina foot. So when you go up and down, we are going to make a continuous fluid movement and is as well 10 repetitions. Stabilizing the position well, lying on your side and feeling the movement. Next, we'll take the same position and move the leg forwards and backwards while mobilizing the tibitarsus and foot. Now bring the leg forwards with the dancer's foot, with the ballerina foot, and bring the leg backwards with the tip of the foot up. Feel the movement. Try to control it, make it fluid, slowly and slowly. Now we are going to flex our hips and knees to keep our feet together and lift them up, and then move the leg that is on the top away from us. We are going to move it away, bring it together. We are going as well to do 10 repetitions. Gently, controlled. Working the stabilizing muscles, so important for walking, important for our daily lives. Next, we'll maintain the same position and reflect on the knee towards the ceiling. So we reflect, extend, reflect, join, and as well explore the movements and range of motions. You may start to feel a little bit fatigued, of course, but if there's no pain, there's no problem. You can carry on just slowly. If you think that's enough for you today, you also can finish with the number of repetitions. Just feel what your body is telling you. This is just for you to focus on your body. The important thing is this moment is for you, to be with you, to feel the movement, to relax. It will bring so many benefits for you. Having finished this exercise, let's move on to the upper body with the bottle exercise. And once again, with weight lifts, it's up to you, but can be done as well with a simple bottle. So maintain the position. We are going to move the arm away from the leg and the torso in the controlled manner, and we are going to make it descend by bringing the bottle, the dumbbell, anything that can serve as weight to create some resistance to the movement. If you feel comfortable, you can even bring in materials with a little more weight to create interesting stimulus for the muscles. Always go up and down with control, without pain. We'll explore the range of motion. If we can do a little bit more, go a little bit further, always maintaining this alignment and coordinating with your breathing. Then we'll move the weight forwards. And to do the last exercise in this sequence, which is the torso rotation exercise. We'll touch as well the bottle of water in front of us and then to the back. And as well try to make it as far back as possible. We work on upper body mobility as well as our trunk mobility. Front, back, explore the movement. Always try to go a little bit further forward, a little further back. Yeah. You'll feel that the first repetitions are a little bit stiffer, but then you'll start to feel the movement flowing. Front, back, 10 repetitions. Remember, without blocking your breath, fluidly and feeling the movement. So we are now finishing the strength part, in which we work on the mat, lying down, exploring various lying down positions. And we are now going to move on the third part of the session, in which we are going to invite you to be seated. So also we are going to bring you various proposals here in various postures, so that you can see that you can easily adapt these exercises to your day-to-day life. You can use them at the various times of the day without any problems. Depending on how you feel, you can adapt. You can, if you need more, if you need more energy, if you want to work more on the movement component, and as well the vascular load, you can do that as well. If you want to dedicate a little bit of yourself more to strength work, move on to the exercises we have proposed. And finally, if you want to work more on conscious movement, relaxing, have a moment to yourself to switch off, then you can use the relaxation and conscious movements exercises, which will be the third and final part of the session. So the first exercise we are going to propose in this session will be diaphragmatic breathing. Feeling your breath, having a moment to breathe in a more complete, integral way, and to really help you relax. So you'll do this by slowly starting by placing one hand on your upper chest and the other on your abdominal area, your stomach, let's say this way. You're going to breathe in and breathe out at a regular rhythm. So you're going to let the air in through your nose, filling your lungs as much as you can, and you're going to breathe out through your mouth slowly, very slowly. When you breathe in, your belly should grow, rise, and when you breathe out, it should go downwards and inwards. And you're going to do this breathing sequentially for 1 minute, feeling the movement, feeling the air coming. You can do it a little bit more slowly, you can do it more quickly. However, as long as you feel at the moment and whatever you need, you are very conscious of this moment, focusing on your breathing. The important thing here is to explore the movement of your rib cage, helping the lungs to fill, taking a deep breath to oxygenate well, and exhaling also in a slow, controlled way, and feeling the effects that this breathing brings. Feeling in the present moment, following and feeling your breath. Well done. After this minute, we'll do some stretching exercises. We are going to start by joining the ear to shoulder without raising the shoulder. So the ear goes towards the shoulder and do not shoulder towards the ear. With the hand on the side, you are going to create some pressure on the head by taking it towards your shoulder, and you're going to start to feel stretching on the opposite side. Hold this position for 30 seconds, keeping your breath without blocking it. The breath we were taking at the beginning, so you can hold it very time you breathe out, the air comes out. You can try to apply a little bit more pressure to feel, to give the tissue space to stretch, to feel the head move a little bit more towards the shoulder, and enjoy this feeling of well-being. So as soon as 30 seconds are up, let's repeat the same for the other side. Bring your head towards your shoulder, place your hand on your head, Apply some pressure and feel the opposite side lengthening. Breathe, don't block your breath. Count to 30 very calmly. When 30 seconds have passed, you need to give the tissue sometimes to stretch. So we'll go on as well very slowly. Let's go back to the first exercise as well. Let's do it one more time. These exercises can usually be repeated 2 or 3 times. You can feel that the second time you probably will be able to go a little bit further. You'll feel a little bit more relaxed. You'll feel that the amplitude has increased. You will feel that the tissue will give you a little bit of more space. We are going to help relieve the tension, especially on those days when you feel more tense. We tend to move our shoulders toward our ears quite a lot. So this is a good exercise to relieve that tension. Enjoy the moment, the session, and you can as well stand on the other side doing exactly the same. Bring your ear towards your shoulder, not your shoulder towards your ear. Lower your shoulder, place your hand on your head and apply some pressure towards your shoulder. Breathe fluently, count slowly. So now we are going to do in a different way. So we are going to bring our chin down and to the side. So down, side. And I'm going to feel it once again. There's a sensation. Often this muscle are tense. We are going to take out our hand right to our head and going to apply pressure in that direction towards our chest. And you're going to feel all our tissue, all our back muscles lengthen. It feels good, the tissue gives away. It creates some sort of discomfort, but it feels good, it brings well-being. So we'll feel all the tension of the day dissolve and we'll breathe just as slowly for 30 seconds. At the end of these 30 seconds, we bring our chin to our chest, look the other way, and place our hand on our head to do exactly the same. A little bit of pressure towards our chest, feeling all the muscles at the back and sides stretching and enjoying the feeling of well-being that stretching creates. We keep our breathing fluid, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. On the exhale, we can try to apply a little bit more pressure and enjoy the feeling of well-being and comfort that this exercise specifically brings. These exercises can be repeated 2 or 3 times, but let's move on to the next exercise. So let's raise and lower the shoulders. We are going to bring our shoulders to the maximum towards the ear. And now on the other way around. And we are going to relax everything, letting the weight of our upper body go towards the floor. Take it back, hold it for 5 seconds, and then relaxing. Relax everything. Was it as far away as possible, letting our upper body fall towards the floor. We're going to repeat it as well 5 times. So you hold for 5 seconds and then relax everything. 2 more times. On the last time, use your maximum force and then relax. So now we are going to put your shoulder at the 90 degrees. Turn your palm up towards the ceiling and point your fingers towards the floor, so downwards, while supporting with your opposite hand, feeling the stretch from your fingers to your shoulder. Don't forget the first finger, include your thumb, all your fingers pressed down in the same direction. Feeling all of this stretching and feeling the well-being, the good feeling that this exercise brings to your upper body, your arms. Hold this position for 30 seconds. Count slowly, breathe, feel the tissue, the muscles that give away. When these 30 seconds are up, switch to the other side, and put the other arm, the shoulder at 90 degrees, and put the palm up as well. Then hold the fingers downwards, and with the other hand, we apply pressure, feeling the whole part of your arm lengthen, the interior part. Coating all the fingers of the hand, you'll feel the whole palm of the hand stretching too. Having finished this exercise, we'll move on to the next one. This exercise that you can repeat 2 or 3 times on each arm. Next time we are going to do exercise that brings a lot of comfort as well. We are now going to work on the back of the body. So we're going to cross our hands in front of us, turn the back of our hand backwards towards our torso, and stretch out our shoulders. So our arms at our shoulder height, and they're going to bend our spine to accompany the movement. As in Zamos, we are going to do a C throughout the spine. We are going to turn sideways so you can understand better the movement. And you're going to feel all the tension in the back area coming out. We are going to try to stretch to the maximum. Hold it for 30 seconds, and then we'll start to take it away. So start the same position, and from this position, let's interlace our hands in front of us. Place our arms at shoulder height, and now let's add the movement of bringing our hands to the ceiling. Hold the position as we are stretching in the morning. Hold again for 30 seconds. Stretch the torso well done to the ceiling. Keep breathing, inhale and exhale through your nose, and feel yourself grow, literally grow from this exercise. Moving on to the next exercise, we are going to do exactly the same position, but now we are going to start to rotate our torso by tilting to the side. 30 seconds, hold it. Feel our rib cage stretching. You'll feel that lateral part that as well you need to stretch, gaining some space. So do 30 seconds to one side and then repeat to the other as well. Don't block your breath. Breathe through the nose and throughout the mouth. We feel the movement in this case, the absence of movement. We only feel the top giving away and feeling it gaining space and growing. When you finish 30 seconds, you're going to incorporate the movement that you're going to take advantage of exactly the same position as well. You're going to intertwine our hands in front of us and raise them to the ceiling. Going to rotate our torso anti-clockwise, so you're doing a fluid movement, doing it 2-3 times in this direction, exploring well the amplitude as well. And then you're going to do this clockwise. Explore the angles and amplitudes. Stretch as much as you can reach, and feel the tension releasing. 3 times to one side and 3 times to the other. Moving on, we are going to work on stretching the lower legs a little bit. While in a seated position, you are going to cross the leg with the hand opposite leg that's on top. We'll stand on the edge of the chair to rotate your torso. The upper limb will accompany this rotation of the trunk, and you are going to hold this position for 30 seconds, maintaining it and also feel the sensation of freeing or tension, and exploring amplitudes here that we don't normally explore in everyday life. Hold the breath and the position for 30 seconds. At the end of these 30 seconds, we'll do exactly the same, but on the opposite side. So use the other leg, stabilize it. The arm rests on the chair, and we are going to rotate the trunk. Take advantage of the exhalation to gain amplitude. As well, 30 seconds. After these 30 seconds are done, you're going to bring the tibia a little bit further towards the leg, and you're going to do the ankle joint. So put the ankle joint resting on your thigh, and now from this position we are going to flex the torso forwards a little. You'll feel your back extensors relaxing a lot, but also feel the gluteal area stretching, which is normal. Accompanying it with breathing, feel the tissue and muscles give it away, trying to explore the range of motion. Hold it for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, switch legs. And repeat on the other side. Feel the tissue stretching. All these exercises can be repeated 2 or 3 times, especially the ones when you feel the most tension. The aim is that at the end of each exercise, at the end of each session, of each block, you can use it accordingly to your needs. The aim is exactly that you can have a moment to look after yourself. Once the 30 seconds are up, let's finalize the knee extension in the same sitting position. So you can see that these are very practical exercises that you can incorporate on your day-to-day life. So now to perform your knee extension by pulling the tip of your foot towards you, you're going to try to reach your foot with your hands. So you can do it with your foot in suspension, or you can rest your heel on the floor if you like it. So you're going to keep it in suspension because of the camera playing here, but so you're going to feel the whole back of the lower leg stretching. We are going to hold it for 30 seconds as well, keeping your breath, not blocking your breath, and feeling the muscles gradually giving it away. And at the end of these 30 seconds, you repeat with the other leg. If you can reach the tip of your foot with your toes, you can stay in the tibiotic area, or you can stay right there in the leg area, okay? It's up to be arranged that you feel the stretch where there is comfortable. Don't hold your breath. Hold the position for 30 seconds and repeat. Any of these exercises you can repeat for the 30 seconds, you can repeat them 2 or 3 tries, and at the end of the 30 seconds we will return to the starting position, a comfortable positions, and we'll end our stretching and breathing session. You'll then also have the chance to watch a specific relaxation video where you can teach you how to do a specific relaxation session, which will then be available on the website. I hope you enjoyed this moment and that you use it as a relaxing moment. The aim here is for you to be able to take care of yourself through movement and physical activity and to bring all the benefits that physical activity can give you. Thank you for coming, and we are now going to go through this session. We'll have, in the sense that these all materials sessions are being recorded at this moment and will in fact be available on the project as website.